Καλημέρα, καλημέρα. Τι κάνουμε, καλά είμαστε?
Έλα βρε, δεν σε γνώρισα με το καπέλο. Τι έγινε,
καλά.
Κάνεις μπάνιο?
Όχι τώρα.
Όχι ακόμα. Από τη Βενεζουέλα είναι.
Από τη Βενεζουέλα είμαι.
Και έχει παντρευτεί και μένει εδώ, στο Ναύπλιο.
Μπράβο.
Έχει 2 κοριτσάκια, πολύ όμορφα.
Καλά είστε?
Καλά, κι εγώ καλά. Τραβάς φωτογραφίες.
Τραβάω βίντεο, αλλά να είμαστε μαζί. Δεν μπορείτε να το δείτε τώρα γιατί το τραβάω με αυτή την κάμερα.
Το γνωρίζω χρόνια. Είχε μαλλί κοτσίδα παλιά.
Ναι.
Κάτσε να δεις το όνομά του, ξεχνώ γιατί είναι λίγο δύσκολο.
Ντάνιελ.
Θα θυμάμαι τον Ντάνιελ και την πλημμύρα πάνω.
Πώς είναι Ντάνιελ στα ελληνικά? Ντανίλ.
Δανίλ, ναι.
Κάπως έτσι?
Έλενα, εσύ. Κάνεις μπάνιο?
Όχι τώρα, δεν μπορώ.
Σταμάτησες,
Ναι,
είναι μουσικός.
Δεν πάει για μπάνιο, μόνο έχει κάτω τη βιντεοσκοπή, τη δείχνει.
Ναι.
Μόνο αυτό, ναι.
Ναι, του αρέσει, ναι, έχει κάτι ωραία κοριτσάκια.
Τώρα κάνει λίγο, δεν κάνει κρύο ακόμα. Εσείς κάνατε πανετό τώρα?
Όχι, γιατί
Έχει κύμα και πάμε να δούμε εδώ
και
να
θα κάνουμε
κάνουμε.
εδώ πέρα στο
Ψάχνουμε να δούμε να κάνουμε μπάνιο.
Τους λέω πάμε από εδώ που δεν έχει πολύ κύμα, γιατί δεν το έχουμε.
Καλή βόλτα.
Καλή βόλτα,
Δείτε
καλή.
εδώ τις βοκαμβίλιες, τραβηξέτες, να
Ναι,
τις
τι
δούμε.
Από το
ωραίες
λαβάκι.
είναι. Ντάνιελ, καλή σου μέρα.
Γεια σας. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Καλημέρα. Just received a message from my mother asking me, what surgery did you have, Daniel? For those of you who don't know, I went through a surgery a month ago exactly in the public hospital here in Greece, and I did a video about it, and my mom did not know anything. Now, what son in their right mind hides a surgery from their mother? And the reason why I did that, the reason why my mom did not know anything about my surgery, is because my mom has had certain health issues this year. She's fine now. I have shared it here on the channel from time to time. And my surgery, which was a very simple routine surgery, was something that I did not want to share with my mother at a time. So I kept it secret. As a son, as the eldest son in the family, the last thing I want to do is put more stress and worry to my mother, especially when you live far away. I have spoken about this before. That one of the hardest thing of living abroad, you know, is this kind of situations. When you're going through some hardship, if you're going through a surgery. My mother went through her own surgery. My mom had actually 2 surgeries quite recently. And, you know, she lives in the States and I'm very far away and I could not go and see her, be with her, you know. And the worry as a son is just immense, knowing that my mom is going through some health issues and she had to go through 2 surgeries. The last surgery was very, very long, man. Like 8 hours. Everything is fine now, thank God. She's doing great. But my surgery was like so minor compared to what my mom went through. And I can see it, I can feel it building up. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna tell this to my mom over a FaceTime video? Like the last thing I wanna do is worry her. Like, kind of like, τι έγινε, παιδιά? Cats fighting, obviously. So anyways, I just received a message from her. She did not know anything. I kept it a secret. My wife was telling me off big time. My wife was telling me, how dare you not share that with your mother? Wouldn't you like to know if your own daughters are going through some difficulties or some hardships and for them to share it with you? And I said, like, yeah, but you don't understand, right? Like, I guess it's that male ego, or, you know, I'm a man and I feel a level of responsibility. It's just the way I've been raised by my mother as well. Like, and I'm not blaming it on her or anything, but it's just something that I did not want to put burden, or I did not want to stress my mother with this surgery. That's all I have to say. So it's really early over here. In the States, of course, it's late at night, and she just sent me a message in an audio, a voice message, saying like, I'm watching your YouTube videos, right? She very rarely watches my YouTube videos, okay? And she's like, oh, I'm watching this video you did yesterday, which by the way, is the same video again and again and again. It's me walking around town, like doing whatever the hell I do here. And she's like, and then I saw the other video about a surgery. What surgery? And she's freaking out, obviously. It's late at night over there in Houston, Texas. That's where she lives. And I had to message her right now as I'm going for my walk. I said like, Mom, everything is fine. It was just a cyst or whatever. It's nothing to worry about. The timing was terrible. You know, I had to do this, and you were going through your own stuff, your own surgery. The timing couldn't have been worse. And the last thing that I wanted to just say to you while we're having our daily video messages, because I message my mom and we do video messaging almost every day, okay? And the last thing I wanted to do was to actually tell you that. And it's the truth, man. That is the truth. You cannot beat the truth, even though I'm withholding the truth, right? Let's see what these cats are doing. Sas para acá, Lopedia. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Ya cateva por aqui. Hey. Fisetin. Fisetin. Cateva. Cateva. Even though I was withholding the truth, you know, is for the greater good. I know that I will have to confess eventually. I just don't want to hurt my loved ones. I don't want to hurt my mom. I don't want to worry her. Right? If I'm going through some hardship, but you know, I'm the kind of son that will try to figure it out on its own and then reveal like, oh yeah, I went through that, you know. I've done that in the past. You know, there's certain things that I haven't told my mother, and eventually I will tell the story after the fact, right after the thing has happened. I said, there's nothing to worry about. I'm sorry I did not reveal this to you. I'm sorry I did not share that with you, but you know, if I was closer to her, obviously I will not be able to do this. But because when there is such a big distance with your loved ones, it's just so hard. You know, you worried. I worried. You know, and I don't want to be in a position to worry my mother, to worry anybody. You know. But again, my wife was telling me off all the way. She's like, I don't know why you're doing that. I have to follow my heart. And I know that there is a price to pay with this. I just messaged my mom and said to her, like, listen, don't worry. I'm sorry. I did not, you know, share that with you, but I just did not want you to worry and stress. You were going through your own stress. I felt better by withholding that than sharing it with you to think that I'm in some hospital in Athens being cut open because of a cyst, right? Anyways, it's just one of the hardships of living abroad. It's one of the hardships of being away, you know? It really is. Because I want to be with my mother. I want to help her whenever she's going through something. I would love to help her now, and I can't because I'm here. And even though I'm a grown-up man, you know, I would love to have a conversation with my mother about these things. I said like, yeah, you know, I have to go and do a surgery, and it's no biggie, but you know, here we are. So that's that, you know. It's things that I want to share with you. I don't know if you're in a similar situation than I am, like living abroad and you have loved ones far away, and you're going through your own things. You know, sometimes these things are positive ones, right? Like the birth of a child, right? That has happened as well. Like I have my daughters have been born, one in England and the second one here in Greece. And both times, you know, my mother was away because of circumstances, and then she actually traveled right away, okay? Like immediately, as soon as they were both, as soon as they were, my wife gave birth, as soon as my wife gave birth and my mother came. But, you know, these little things are really hard, you know? When my father passed away, I was not there. I couldn't be there. It was impossible for me. I couldn't make it, even to the funeral. I mean, certain things are just so hard, man. So hard. Anyways, let's just walk a little bit. Enough of the talk. Let's do this. Καλημέρα.
Καλημέρα.
Τι κάνουμε, καλά είμαστε?
Έλα βρε, δεν σε γνώρισα με το καπέλο.
Ε,
Τι έγινε,
καλά.
καλά είσαι, κάνεις μπανιό?
όχι τώρα.
Όχι ακόμα, από τη Βενεζουέλα είναι.
Από τη Βενεζουέλα είμαι.
Και έχει παντρευτεί και μένει εδώ, στο Ναύπλιο.
Μπράβο.
Έχει 2 κοριτσάκια, πολύ όμορφα.
Καλά είστε?
Καλά, κι εγώ καλά. Τραβάς φωτογραφίες.
Τραβάω βίντεο, αλλά να είμαστε μαζί.
Βίντεο.
Δεν μπορείτε να το δείτε τώρα γιατί το τραβάω με αυτή την κάμερα.
Το γνωρίζω χρόνια, είχε μαλλί κοτσίδα παλιά.
Ναι,
Κάτσε να δεις το όνομά του, ξεχνάω γιατί είναι λίγο δύσκολο.
Ντάνιελ.
Ντάνιελ. Θα θυμάμαι τον Ντάνιελ και την πλημμύρα πάνω.
Πώς είναι Ντάνιελ στα ελληνικά? Ντανίλ.
Αδανίλ, ναι.
Κάπως έτσι?
Έλενα, εσύ. Κάνεις μπανιό?
Όχι τώρα, δεν μπορώ.
Σταμάτησες,
Ναι,
είναι
το
μουσικός.
Δεν πάει για μπάνιο, μόνο έχει κάτω τη βιντεοσκοπή, τη δείχνει.
Ναι.
κάπου.
Μόνο αυτό, ναι.
Ναι, του αρέσει, ναι, έχει κάτι ωραία
Τώρα
κοριτσάκια.
κάνει λίγο, δεν κάνει κρύο ακόμα.
Όχι.
Εσείς κάνατε πανιτό τώρα?
Όχι, γιατί
Έχει κύμα και πάμε να δούμε εδώ
και
να
θα κάνουμε
κάνουμε.
εδώ πέρα στο
Ψάχνουμε να δούμε που να κάνουμε μπάνιο.
Τους λέω πάμε από εδώ που δεν έχει πολύ κύμα, γιατί δεν το έχουμε.
Καλή βόλτα.
Καλή
Ναι,
βόλτα,
ναι,
καλή
Είδα
μέρα.
εδώ τις βοκαμβίλιες, τραβηξέτες, να
Ναι,
τις
τι
δούμε.
Από το
ωραίες,
λαβάκι.
ναι. Ντάνιελ, καλή σου μέρα.
Γεια σας. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Καλημέρα. This is what I love about living here in Nafplio. You know, people are so lovely and welcoming. And I really appreciate that they see me recording a video and then, you know, they're open. They're not like, okay, who the hell are you? You know, I know this lady for like what you saw there. You know, she knows me for some time. She has seen my daughters and she has, you know, for some years. I mean, I live here now. We're going for 6 years living here in Nafplio. So I'm still relatively new here in town, but they have seen me around, right? This is what happens when you walk around like a lost soul wherever you live. I mean, I do put a lot of steps. I mean, I do a lot of walking, as you can see. And my videos are all the same. It's just walking the same path, doing the same thing every single day. Because that's what life is. Life is that. Doing the same things every single day. Doing the things that you enjoy every single day. But one of the things that I really love about this place is that I have connected with this type of people. I mean, with that lady, and the reason why she has asked me about if I'm going for a swim is because in the beginning, when I just moved here, I will go for swims at this time, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. We will go to Arbanitia Beach, which is where I'm going now, and I will swim. And that's how I met them. Okay? Because remember, if you've been following me here on the channel, my dream was to move to Greece and become a pensionaire, okay, who wakes up every single morning and goes for a swim before he starts his day. And I accomplished that, man. I accomplished that way before I became a pensionaire. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that you have to be specific and clear about what you want in life. So I met these ladies, especially the one that was talking to me, while I was going for my swims early in the morning, okay? It's a group of ladies. Obviously, they're older than me. And they could be my mother, right? Talking about my mom. And I met them like that, like swimming early in the morning. That's why she's asking me if I'm going for a swim, because that's how I met them. Going early in the mornings for swims. And it was just me, right? An exeno, which is a foreigner. And just surrounded by, you know, by this group of locals that they just, you know, I mean, she lives very close to where I live in the neighborhood. And it's just such a lovely thing to meet people like this, right? Like to do things that you want to do. It's not my crowd. It's not people that I can relate to in any way, shape, or form. And yet, you see the interactions on videos. They're just like, this is non-scripted. This is non-edited, you know? And this is how I met these locals. And I'm forever grateful that they can remember me. Even if they don't remember my name, right? They remember me. Like, okay, this guy, he had hair like this, or he's like that. He's a musicos, right? He's a musician. And he has 2 lovely girls. And, you know, it's just such a lovely thing. You know, I just cannot say anything. So anyways, I connect with that energy as a foreigner because when I speak to these ladies, it's like I'm speaking in a way to my mother, right? She's like so far away. I mean, it's the price you pay really when you live abroad, especially the way I live. I mean, I wish I could visit more often my mother, but my point is that, yeah, when I speak to people, I'm always thinking about that, like, okay, this person could be my mother, you know, and I'm speaking to her like with that in mind. Like, it's not just, you know, I always knew that I would live abroad. I don't know why. My life has been one of travel, and I've always been, you know, searching, I guess, and I see that in my kids as well, especially Fedra, the eldest one. I mean, and both me and my wife, we have traveled, you know, we went abroad. My wife went to England, and I traveled to many countries as a kid. But, you know, when I was in my early 20s and I got my British passport, I knew I had to go, you know, I had to go. My mom moved to the States, and I went to England. I mean, I lived in Houston, Texas for a few years, but I knew I was not going to stay in Houston. Like, that's not my destiny. It's not where I'm supposed to be. I have to walk my own path. So in a way, sometimes I do feel jealous of people that have been born and raised in one place. There's an element of that, okay? And they can say like, oh, this is my childhood home, or this is where I grew up, and this is the neighborhood, and I know everybody from here since I was a kid. I don't have that. And I'm not saying that that's a negative thing necessarily. Okay, it's not. But we always have that, right? We're always thinking about that. Like, you're probably watching this video, I don't know from where, okay? But if you're someone who doesn't live here, right, and you're thinking that, well, you know, over here it's like this, and it's so much different than where I am, and I will feel in a certain way if I was here, and maybe my problems will go away and life will be so much different or so much better. And the reality is that life will be whatever you make it to be, here, there, or everywhere, right? Because it's about us, it's about the individual. I mean, when I moved here, I knew that my problems were not going to go away. If anything, they will increase. What am I going to be doing for a living? I'm still far away from my mother, my brothers, my sisters, my extended family, but now I have my own family. And I know that there's a price to pay in order to live here, for me as a foreigner, right? There is a price to pay. And I treat my mother-in-law like she was my mom. The same is with my father-in-law. The same is with this lady. Like, when I speak to these people, I feel like this could be my mother, man. My mom is so far away. I only see her every now and then. Over the years, I have seen her more. Well, I used to see her more often. She will travel to England. She will travel here to Greece. But as life carries on, things becomes more difficult, and we age, right? My mom is aging, and I'm thinking about how to change that in my life. How can I be in a better position to go and travel and see her more often, bring her here? Last time she came here was a couple of years ago. She stayed for a long time. We bought her a ticket and say, Mom, don't worry, come. That was, an amazing time. And we have been here to Nafplio before as tourists with my mom. But now that we live here, when she came, we had such a great time. And like, Mom, check this out. I live here. Look at this. We had such a great time. But I want that to become a routine, the same as these videos. Like, I do it on a regular basis. And I want to do that with my mother. I definitely want to do that. Hopefully that could become something that we could do more often. Γεια σου, καλημέρα. Καλά είσαι? Τι έγινε? Δεν έχω φαγητό. Η κυρία με το φαγητό θα έρθει τώρα σε λίγο. Εντάξει? Anyways, guys. It's been an emotional morning for me. I'm not working today. It's my day off, but I still have work to do. Like I was mentioning on a previous video, I have different projects. I'm working on a particular project, which is not like a side business, really. Somebody mentioned that but the sound of it is, what do they call it? Affiliate marketing. It's not affiliate marketing. I cannot talk about what that side business is because it's not related to the content here, to the videos. I have shared enough about what I do when it comes down to living here in Greece as a composer, musician, content creator, coach. Even though I don't coach anymore, I retire from that. But I'm gonna spend the better time of my day on this new side business. And I'm really looking forward to it. But it has been an emotional morning. Waking up, I had to take care of some ID verification for another business concerning the music and payments, right? Like ID verification and updates, which it just put me in such a bad mood to start taking selfies and verify my ID when I'm like, I already have an account. I'm already set up. Like why this is happening now? And I'm all up for security online, and I'm all up for all of these things, but it's just like, my wife is like, oh, you can do it later. And I'm not doing it later. I'm doing it right now so I can get rid of it. I'm a kind of guy who just goes and do shit. I don't wait, because otherwise it's in the back of my mind. But there was a massive hiccup. So my Greek coffee was ruined. I spent an hour at 6 o'clock in the morning taking selfies and verifying my account, my ID verification for this thing that I'm working with, a music library. Anyways, I don't want to nag too much, but I started my day in a wrong note, so I really want to change that. And then I got the message from my mom, what surgery? Like, oh, I knew this day will come, right? It's like it's just crazy. I'm a very open person, as you can see. I share quite a lot here on the channel. And I did feel like shit doing a video about my surgery, not telling my mom. And I knew my mom was gonna watch it eventually, even though she does not watch my videos. She doesn't watch YouTube. But that's one of the reasons why I did not share my surgery on Instagram, because I know my mom does follow Instagram. Now I was gonna say that to her at some point, I was gonna share it with her. But it's just, I feel this level of responsibility, like, how can I make it better? There's other things that I want to do for my mother and I can't at this very moment. Okay, there's so many things, and I just feel this guilt that I cannot fix things. Like as a man, I want to fix things. I don't know if you go through that same process. I mean, even I mean, when my daughters come to me and, you want to fix things. There's nothing more satisfying for a man than to fix things. When my wife says something to me about something that does not need to be fixed, it could be an emotional roller coasters of hormones that women go through, no offense. And as a man, you want to fix it. But there's nothing to be fixed. You just have to be there present and listen. At least in the context of listening to your wife, right? But I'm just trying to make a point that we as men, or at least me as a man, I want to fix shit. Right? Like, I need to solve this puzzle. I need to fix this. How can I help? Right? Anyways, enough talking. I want to go home now, have my second coffee. I feel better now that I spoke to my mom. There's a weight that has been lifted from my shoulders for sure, because I don't have to, it's not hide, but when I will talk to her, there's so many details about the after surgery that I could not share it with her, right? And I did not want to share with her because everything was fine, but I did not want her to have that in her brain. I'd rather her know that, oh, something happened, it's okay. Fuck, my son did not tell me anything. But I have solved it. It's done. I have fixed it. Well, I did not fix it. My doctor fixed it for me. But it's done. There's nothing to be concerned about. And there's nothing to worry about. But I do feel better now that it's over, meaning that I can just tell her everything. I'll be as detailed as I can possibly be, because I can be as detailed as I can be, because I am. I will tell her absolutely everything. I have a very good communication with my mom. It's one of the things that I really cherish in life. The communication that I have with my mother, and the communication that I have with my father as well. And it's something that I'm really value quite a lot as a father myself. Have a very good communication with my daughters, okay, and be present for them. And I know that at times they are gonna hide things away from me, like I know if I have done it, I hope they don't hide things from me. I want to be there for them and try to fix absolutely everything. But I know life is life, and I just want them to know that I am there. I know my mom knows that I know that she's there, right? But I don't want her to worry. And I'm a man. That's what I told my wife. The reason why I'm not telling my mom is because I'm a man. You do not understand how men think and operate. They don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to be seen as weak or broken, or that we cannot deal with it. And the last thing we want is pity. And the last thing that we want is to feel like we're, and we certainly don't want to worry our family members, either our moms, our wives, or our kids for that matter. We have internal battles, okay? That's a topic for another video. What men go through, okay, in life when it comes down to earning a living, being happy, and try to, play a role in the family, and even in society, without getting too political, right? Because you can't talk about anything nowadays without fucking turning into politics and shit, right? I'm talking about just normal stuff, family values, right? Anyways, I'm finishing my walk. As you can see, I'm at the end of the path. This is it. I really appreciate your comments, all the love and support. Thank you so much for watching. Drop in the comment section where you're watching this video from. So Zagapao para Poli. Mom, I love you if you watch this video. Te quiero muchísimo. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. I hate to say that, but hey, it seems to be that I'm a YouTuber. Love you all. See you in another video.